So we have problems. We spoke of some problems. Let me see if I've got them right, if I've got those problems right. The problems that become our challenges. The problems we face in the classes are our challenges. The first problem is they cannot understand what we speak. Somebody said the language is not known to them. Yeah, they don't understand when we are saying something. At the most, they will understand our tone and maybe our body language and grasp something, but language per se, they will not understand. Hence, if they can't understand the spoken word, that means there's something, they're not, their ears are not exposed enough. So our challenge is how to make them listen and understand. So listening it becomes a very important thing to do. The next problem, as I understand, is that they cannot speak English. Obviously they can't if they haven't heard it. They can't speak it. After all, we learned our mother tongue by listening to it. We were not born speaking, but we were born listening. Listening happened from the time we came into this world. The very minute we entered, our listening started happening. We didn't speak, but listening enabled us to speak. So if they are not being given an exposure to the listening of English in various ways, it doesn't have to be the text that you're reading in the class. That is the last thing that will make them teach, will make them learn. There are other things that you need to do. So if they don't have that skill, speaking obviously suffers. And so this becomes a challenge. The challenge is how to improve their spoken English. The next problem is they cannot comprehend what they read. Comprehension problem is there. Those skills are not there. Obviously, they don't know the language. They have not heard it, so they can't speak it. They don't listen to it, they don't speak it. Then how can they read? And that is our problem, how to ensure that they comprehend what they read. And if all this is not happening, obviously they cannot write correctly or creatively. And we tell them, write creatively. But at first, let's teach them how to write correctly. Creativity also we will teach. If you handle the entire skill of teaching the language correctly, creativity will also happen and they will be proficient with the language. So now here the challenge becomes how to improve their writing skills. So we see that if they cannot understand, if they cannot listen and understand, they cannot speak. If they cannot speak, they cannot read. If they cannot read, they cannot write. But so where does the problem begin? Where is the focus? Where is the nucleus point of the problem is here. Speaking, listening, and speaking. So LSRW, the entire language gamut, gets impacted because of the problems that they have with the English language. And the problem of English language begins with their not being familiar with the sounds. English language has a different register of sounds from the vernacular ones. And somewhere the vernacular seems, to be interfering every time. And because that happens, we have a problem. So the problem begins there, not being familiar with the sounds of English. How to introduce them? Of course, I know a lot of teachers were teaching the foundation level, the primary and the pre-primary level. They say they use the phonic method of teaching. Very good, and I've been hearing that for a long time, that they're using the phonic method of listening, of teaching. So if you're doing that, then the children should not have had problem as they grew up. The problem is there. So they said, what is it that we are missing out on? There's something we are missing out on, even when you're doing the phonic method of teaching language. Something is being missed out. And that is what we need to find out. What is it that we are missing? And then take charge of it.
You have just seen a video introducing the problems and challenges that teachers of English face while trying to develop the skills and competencies of their learners' English language. If you have liked this, do leave a comment and, of course, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.